long overdue. That's the smell. Long overdue. So you can change that. What does that smell? Long overdue for what? Get rid of you. Yeah, that's what's long overdue, because you're still dealing and struggling with the same old stuff. Pray my strength to the Lord. And the reason why is you don't have understanding that the treasure that's in your earthen vessel is not of you, but is of God. He commanded light to shine in your darkness. All you got to do is feel around the room and look for the switch. Where's the switch? It's in you. It's in you. You get what I'm saying? There's an ignorance and a blindness in us because our understanding is darkened. We just step over scriptures and step over protocol and step over structure and try to figure out why we don't have the life of God. Duh! Newsflash, you're not doing it His way.
Come on, right.
You do it God's way, you get God's results.
Yes.
You cannot change the plan. It's eternal.
Amen. Amen.
It's an everlasting covenant. The only thing you can do is comply.
That's it. That's true.
And that's the problem. We don't want to lose us. What that got to do with the earth being filled with the knowledge of glory of the Lord? Because we're not looking for a physical earth to be filled. We're looking for a spiritual people. We already established it. We're a house of clay. We're clay pots, not crack pots. We're clay pots. We're crack pots when we do it our way. Then we get seepage and we continue to come and sit in the house of God on Wednesdays and Sundays, and we go through all the gyrations and got our hands lifted up, and we snot, we cry, we flip, we roll, and we spin, we twirl, and nothing happening internally.
Amen.
You haven't made yourself available. That's why. Then folks get mad at me and try to figure out, well, he must don't know what he's talking about. No, I do know what I'm talking about.
Amen.
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 The scriptures are not of what? Private interpretation.
Right.
You know what that means? That what's written in scriptures is available for everybody.
Yes.
No respect of a person. You can't tell me, well, that's just about state. He can just get it. No, it's not a private interpretation.
That's right.
We have already established the earth is groaning, travailing, it's looking for the real deal.
Yes.
It's not looking for people with makeup. It ain't looking for people with this facade, because we can get up on Sunday mornings and we get all dossied up and stuff. We get smelling good, sprinkle, 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 and all that stuff. And they want something authentic, because the DNA code to unlock the earth is locked up in us. We shared this on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? We really get this. There's a measure of power. There's a measure of release. God want to do it, but it first starts with us.
Yeah.
Take him in the office. Yeah. So it got to start with who? Us. It's got to start with who? Us. It has to. Now let me just share this. It starts with us. The whole earth is waiting on us to get what I'm saying. But we sit on, in our services all across, not just in this building, all across America. And we got so many sermons. We got it on USB. We got it on CD. We got it on DVDs. We got it. Come on now, y'all. We got so much media. We almost like those the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? They had so much manna. It was coming out of their mouth. They had so much meat. It was coming out of their mouth. We got so much meat coming out of our mouth. We do. We get it all over the place. Digitized. You got the sword in your pocket now. You ain't got to get it in the book. My sword. It's on the app. And I get leery when there's an increase of water, and there's an increase of wine, there's an increase of the resources of heaven, but no manifestations. We don't need a new church. We don't need a new denomination. We don't need a new anything. That's exactly what we need. The only new things we need a new mind.
Yes.
It is imperative that we get the new mind.
Yeah.
Now that word I told you in verse 7, it says that But we have this treasure in what? Earthen vessel. That word, I'm going to close right here. Come on up, I'm going to close. That word, earthen, is ostracon. It's this word that we have for oyster. Anybody ever heard of oysters?
Yeah.
It's also the word for ostracized. So we can be ostracized. So this treasure that we have in earthen vessels is a term, the Greeks do it, that means it's a ballot. It's a way to vote. That's what it means. God put a vote in me. There's a ballot on the inside of you. There is a theocracy in you. There is a judgment passed in you. That's why we have this treasure in earthen vessels. You got it? He locked it up in us. We are, as a people, the determinant factor to decide if it's yea or nay. The reason why we see what we see in the earth is because of what we see in the church. Tell your neighbor, say, we got to get it right. And it's easy to get it right. The way we can get it right is by acknowledging that the excellency of the power is of God. And that God has apprehended you. So you got to apprehend God back. We've been so reduced, or the gospel has been reduced to mean something that God never intended for it to be. We've been blindsided because people told us our inheritance is that are by and by. Our inheritance is now. The heathen is our inheritance. Psalms 2. The community that you want to walk over and walk from is your inheritance. The people on your job that you really don't like because they're cussing in the break room and all that, that's for you. God said, I'm going to let you listen to it, so I'm going to put something inside you so you can change the atmosphere. You're either going to transform or conform. We're going to talk next week, and we're going to close next week on this teaching. But I just want to admonish us that we think if we got 2,500, 250, that we can do some things in this city. You don't take that many folks. The bottom line really is 2 Chronicles 16:9, what we started off with. We just got folks that he can't demonstrate himself because we're not concentrated, dedicated, loyal. We sputter. We get something go. You ever see the car that sputters? Because it's missed. The rods are off. The pistons are missing. And that's what the church, our rods are off. We got a backfire under the hood. But we ain't figured out yet that God called you, God saved you for a reason. You have a holy calling. He didn't call you, he didn't save you to bring you to a building and let you sit the rest of your life. He called you, and you know what? Ain't enough room up here. So we just waiting by the time open pass it out so we get a chance to get in the plexiglass. Many churches feel that way. Then they get upset and go start churches when they weren't sent to start a church. And just because the church grows, we think it's God.
Right.
Huh? You can have affection in your body. It can grow, don't mean it's healthy. You get what I'm saying? That doesn't denote it. It's not a sign to me. God brought you here to bring some clarifications to his instructions. That's why you joined this ministry. God wanted to do something in Joliet. And I know you want me to do it. He didn't do it that way. Guess what? I'm glad. If he wanted it to be about me, he would have put me in a denominational church. him to bring me out of religion, out of denominationalism, lets me know that he always thought about us. So don't push back against me when I'm trying to put a mandate on you, because man has a date with destiny. And I'm trying to tell you, hey, you can do this. You can prophesy. You can lay hands on the sick. You can cast out devils. You can hear from God. I was raised that way. I came from a church like that. Pastor Griffin would always tell us, you can hear from God. You can do what I do. You know what? I was raised in unbelieving.
Amen.
But it came out of an encounter with God. The reason why we don't have affirmation of the call from God is because we don't have an encounter with Him. We don't spend enough time with Him to get the instruction from the throne. So we wait on somebody in the earth to interpret what God placed in us. When it should be a confirmation. It should be a confirmation. Confirm what you already got when you was in the cleft of the rock, when you was spending time with the Lord, when you was in your man cave, when you was on your face, when you had your hands lifted up in certain, wherever it was, in your car, on the job. It should be confirmation. That's what prophetic ministry is. Confirm what God has put on the inside of you. And I long for a day. I long for it. And that has been my Achilles heel. That has been my own destruction. That I want to share the wealth. Because I want to share the wealth. That's all. I just want to share the wealth. I just want to say, hey, you know what? Here's a piece of the pie. Daddy put it on the table for all of us. There's room on this table for all of us.